Alright, something just a little bit different here. How about a 7-speed KitchenAid mixer? Anyway, the wife said it quit working, and I plugged it in just a bit ago. Let's see what we get here. Just a nice clicking sound when I hit the power. So let's take this thing apart, see what's going on inside, if we can determine the root cause. I'm sure, like many of these items, these things are not made to re-enter, but what I did was take my drill. There were plugs in these 4 locations, and just drilled those out just a moment ago. And that allows access to the 4 screws that hold the bottom section to the top section. So I should be able to loosen these up, and we should be able to get inside the unit. Let's do that now. Okay, finally got this crazy thing apart. It was just the 4 screws, so I can go back and actually plug these if we can make this thing work. So the motor and the gear assemblies here. Again, I've got it unplugged, so let me go ahead and take these 2 fasteners out here so we can get this motor out. Alright, just triple check here, make sure I got the unit unplugged. Alright, there's the motor. Alright, we'll get these leads here off of the motor itself. Pretty cool little motor there. Might be able to reuse it, assuming it's good. If I can't get the rest of the parts and pieces working here. 120 DC. Interesting in the gear assembly. I'd already checked too, it doesn't seem to be seized up or anything. Let me see how the circuit board here is attached. We can get it out. Okay, looking at it closer, again, these sit in these channels here, this piece, but there's a ribbon cable that attaches back to the switches here on the front, on, off, and speed control, I believe. So let me mess around with it here just for a minute, see if we can't pull this thing out without damaging anything. Okay, looks like I gotta pop this off to be able to get to it. So worst thing that could happen here, this thing's gonna just shatter into 1,000,000 pieces. But I was able to get my fingers underneath this side. Let me see if I can get this to release back here without snapping this handle. Wow, that's tight. Let me keep working this here, see what I can do. I figured out these things really aren't made to get into, but after a little bit of prying, here we go. So if I got anything wrong up in this area, I definitely don't have the skill set to work on that. All surface mounted components, but maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be something on the main board. Okay, I got the DC motor plug back in, and let's just hook up a voltmeter here, and let's see, we'll look at again at DC voltage. Get this thing plugged back in and see what we get here. Okay, you may be able to pick that up on camera. You can hear the relay. And maybe just a bit of DC voltage. Let me remove the motor and check the power supply without any load. See what we've got. Okay, here's the troublemaker. A little cheap electrolytic capacitor, 470 microfarads. The dead giveaway, I had DC voltage briefly with no load, underload, nothing. Anyway, check this thing on a just a VOM that's completely shorted, about 0.1, 0.2 ohms. Pulled out the other electrolytic, and it's reads really high, about 2 meg. Anyway, I need to get a replacement for it. I was fortunate enough I had another 470 in my stockpile, a little higher voltage, and stuck it in there. And there you go. I think it's probably showing up. You can see the display come on. Let's hook it up and see what kind of DC voltage we've got now. Alright, there we have it DC wise, 1068. I'll get everything put back together here, and we'll give it a test drive. Nice. Excellent. So save me a few dollars, and a capacitor probably less than $1 or so, and again one I had in my junk pile. Alright guys, thanks again for watching this one-off oddball video on the little mixer. Anyway, until my next update, take care.